Extra! Musical Theater West's latest production is ripped from the headlines. Labor disputes, youth demonstrations, women's rights, a living wage. Sounds like present day, but it's actually the story of the newsboys' strike of 1899. The show is Disney's Newsies, and this is the second time director Jeffrey Denman has tackled the material.
I am a big fan of historical musical theater, shows that take, something that really happened in our world and musicalize it. It's a really great way to celebrate and articulate the themes of the story in a different way.
There's definitely a fascinating history to discover between the high kicks and huge notes of Newsies. The actual strike lasted a few weeks, but the ripple effects carried on a lot longer, inspiring similar movements across the country and shining a light on child labor.
Especially young workers who were being taken advantage of because they were cheap labor and they didn't have a lot of power separately. Banding together, they did.
Of course, it wasn't just newsboys who were fighting for their rights. Women wouldn't be allowed to vote for another few decades, and journalism, like most industries at the time, was dominated by men, which is why Monica Pena has long had the role of Catherine Plummer on her bucket list.
Go away, I'm working.
But she's also fighting her own battles and trying to shatter the glass ceiling as a woman in journalism. She is a little frustrated with everything around her, as rightly so. And I think we're still fighting a lot of that stuff still today.
She stars opposite Dylan Klenna, who's headlining in the role of Jack Kelly for the fourth time. The West Covina native says he sees the King of New York and his cohorts as inspirational.
This strike, really opened up the eyes of many people, and what youth can do in a society. I think it's huge, and I feel like that's why Newsies is so important for today, because it gives the youth of today a voice.
Take away our vote!
This show is full of hope. Hope for the future, hope in the kids and our next generation, hope that as we come together, we can make a difference in this world.
Jeffrey didn't just direct the production, he also choreographed it, an original, fresh take on the dance-heavy show that he says is timeless in its themes.
The themes of brotherhood and protecting one another, looking out for the little guy.
And how the power of the collective voice can make headlines and history.